What up, dudes? What up, everybody? How bad I ding that thing. I know a lot of you probably over there in Rights Krispies chat here. Let me see if I can square this away and put this up here so it don't vibrate. There we go. Hey, Government Watchdog. We're going to talk about Rogue Nation today. He got arrested, so we're going to get a few guys in here. We'll talk about that. So hang out here for just a minute. Yeah, everybody's over in Rights. I think he's close to being done or something like that. So I want to get some of my viewers that don't have reach to him over on this one here. We can talk about it over here. I wish he was a little bit closer. I'd get up there and give him some hell too. Go up that way. So hey, what's up? Right sent you over. Yeah, we're give him a break. I guess you could say. I don't know if he's gonna be up there. So I do have Rogue Nation's PayPal if you want to help him out. We'll talk about all the stuff that he's gonna go through here in just a little bit. It is not fun, as you know, and a lot of people saying like, well, you got to get out there and this is gonna happen one time or another. It is. It is going to happen. Oh, Rights Crispy Raid. Awesome. I figured he might be being close to done there. So thanks you guys for coming in. We're gonna keep this going here, and as well, we got plenty of people in here. Let's talk about it. Rogue Nation, you know him. If you don't know him, subscribe to the channel. And if someone, I know some of the mods, and maybe even Rights Crispy, if you're here, or one that was over there, if you can drop Rogue Nation's PayPal in here, that would be amazing. We'll get him some help there. He's got a around anywhere from $1,300 to $2,000 bond for what he's got going on right now. So I just figured I'd chat with you guys and tell you what it's like once you get popped and what goes on through the process right here, so that you guys know what he's going through, and that's it. So one of the questions that I see that you guys are asking right now is what happened. Well, it's generally the same thing that happens on all his videos. Rights is going to go out there. Rights Crispy is going to go. Excuse me. Rogue Nation, Rights Crispy too. All of us, but Rogue Nation is going to go out there and he is going to be just going to a public location that's publicly accessible, open to the public. All the time, manner, place restrictions are met, which means that if you can go there, I can go there, and I can go there with a camera, and that's that. Is there an arrest video? So we don't know. We're going to find out. He's probably not out bonded yet. So we're going to talk about just the meat potatoes of what happened. So just like Rights Crispy, myself, Rogue, Honor Your Oath, and a lot of others that I'm not mentioning, we go out there and we'll just talk and have a conversation and walk around with a camera, and that's all we do. We're visual storytellers towards government and about government, and they don't like it, so they're ultimately going to arrest you sometime or another. So grab the steering wheel. No, I don't feel like I'm folding my arms here. There, is that better? So what I get at with that is that when Rogue Nation goes out there and he's doing his stuff, he's going to make sure the 3 or 4 things are met. Is he in a public place? Is it open publicly? And does he have a right to film there? If all those other ones are met, yes, that's it. It's as simple as that. It's not hard to figure this out in 2020. The police talk about it all the time with rogue officer that has to come in, assert some dominance or right that he thinks he has, and he doesn't. And ultimately, the charges get dropped, and guess what? He's now going to face this, lawsuit. So here's what happened with Rogue Nation. He goes to a place, probably the DMV's with him, and he stands out and away from everybody and just watches and sees what's going on. And while he's doing that, he's holding a camera. Now, he's not catching any information about the drivers, not violating any Privacy Protection Act, not doing anything like that. Going into a public lobby, and he got arrested in Dallas, Georgia, not Texas, Dallas, Georgia, which is right off Interstate 20. And so what he's done is gone in there, filmed that. This is what we're thinking it was, because the last known location was at the Dallas, Georgia DMV. And that's what his wife is saying too. She's working on getting him bonded out and all that other stuff. So RCR, there we go. Rights Crispy Raid. I gotta do one too. James JMR, James Madison Raid. There we go. We'll do that. So But if you do have a Rogue Nation's PayPal, if you can send them anything, I know we all hate people that are begging for e-money, and I posted about my charges and getting some donation and help for that. So once all that video comes out, I think it's gonna be a blast. I mean, it's so silly what's going on. JMR Ray, there we go. I like it. So he goes into this DMV, starts filming, does that, and next thing you know, someone freaks out. They they clearly say to him, "Sure, you can't be here. You can't be here filming." Well, that's not the case. In a public location, public lobby, when time, manner, place restrictions are met, and you're not creating a disturbance other than someone seeing the camera, that can't be in itself justified as a disturbance. Sees it, and then he says, "Well, I bet on this one." Thank you for that. There it is. PayPal, Rogue Nation 69. That's confirmed him. So once you get there to that point, you're sitting here saying to yourself, "All right, listen. Either you're going to say something and say no, this is lawful and illegal, or you're not going to say anything." On the DMV, I bet you Rogue Nation didn't say a word, and then the police were called. I was there on one with the DMV, and it was utter chaos. I mean, the only people that were making the scene on the DMV one here in Florida that we were on were the people that were freaking out and saying they'll kick his butt and do this, he'll fight him. They were the only ones making the scene. He wasn't saying a word, which is crazy. That's what I mean by, the nuts kind of situation here. So he goes in there, does that, films, and they tell him to leave, and he probably just ignores them, or he doesn't ignore them. Now, in order to be trespassed from a public place, specifically in Florida, there's a few case laws that I can't cite them off the top of my head. One out of Tampa, and a few other ones that are around in the area here that cover being trespassed or told to leave public property. You have an inherent right to be there. It's why it's called public property, people and friends and family here. So no, I don't think they target Rogue. I think they just don't understand what they're getting into. They have a whole community behind them, um, behind these people here, and hopefully you guys are behind me when it happens too. That the that the government can be redressing your government there, and you can call them. You can let them know that, hey, listen, what are you guys doing? Why don't you get yourselves on board with 2020? No, let's get yourself on board with a Bill of Rights, not 2020, and how we have the ability to come out here. And as Rogue Nation and Tyrant Slayer Studios and any of the ANN guys are doing every night, they're going over the Bill of Rights and each one of the amendments. Now, those amendments were not meant for you and me to be arguing about. Like if I'm standing outside your front of your house and recording, that's not where those arguments came into play. The Bill of Rights were written by the government at that time, or by the people for the government. So all of them, so that the government can't encroach on those things and can't trample and step on your rights as that. So it's not, when it comes to people, it comes down to the government and what they can and can't do about it. Government can't regulate arms. They can't regulate free speech. They can't regulate all of that. And the First Amendment was specific. Yeah, I sent $50 too. Thanks, Frode. I'm sure he'll appreciate that. But the First Amendment was written specifically to monitor the government. It really was. And if you don't believe that, who else would you do it for? Your neighbor? Here, I'm going to write a story about my neighbor. No, you write it generally about the government, and that's why these people in communist countries cannot write bad or slanted stories against the government because they have no constitutionally protected free speech. So anyway, Rogue doing that probably gets arrested. The obstruction charge. All you have to do to get an obstruction charge is if an officer says stand over here and you say no, you can get an obstruction charge. These are Florida laws. I'm not an attorney. I'm just was a law enforcement officer that knew the elements of the statutes there. But if you read the jury instructions on any one of these crimes or these charges, you'll find out that how easy it is to get charges. Very similarly to resisting without violence. So obstruction is anything that you do to impede or prohibit or prevent an officer from doing his job. And literally that could be like, sir, you need to stand over here. Nope, I'm not standing over there. All right, you're under arrest for obstruction or resisting in Florida, how it's called there. So they might have that. And generally in a lot of states, resisting is when you're actually pulling back from something and actively using what's on their use of force as active resistance. Look up Chris Marcus. Yeah, there we go. Spread the love. Smash the button there. So we have a trip planned for Alabama, and I imagine we're going to go through Georgia again. I don't under who's blinking too aggressively. Me? My eyes. It's dry. It's like 15% humidity. It's dry. If that's what you have to say. You're old and angry. So anyway, the next step that he has to do, he's getting arrested. He's going to be probably dealing with this, sitting in the car for 45 minutes to an hour, and then he's going to get transported out to the jail. Jail's going to be able to let him post his bond. And oh yeah, I got you. Blinking aggressively. I got it. Yeah, that's it. Like, yeah, you do anything that an officer says, and he's like, "Sir, you're blinking too aggressively." Well, I don't know what to do. You're making me nervous. Sorry, I thought I was doing that. Passive aggressive blinking. Yeah, a lot of them do that too. They're like, when they close their eyes too long, you just dip and run. Like later. So he's going to go to the jail. They're going to give him that bond there. He's going to get processed, photo, fingerprint, and he's going to have a charge up there. But the great news about it is, yeah. So I can't see the name there, but let's see, OCO OCOB 007 said that Freedom of Film got arrested also. Freedom of Film got a felony charge, I think, and rogues are misdemeanors. And the only I'm talking more about rogues is I think there's going to be some more northwestern or northeastern people that are going to be talking about him. So that's about it. So when I go out and do filming, I try to be as passive and calm as I can, because you don't want a jury, one, you don't want a judge, two, and you don't want the prosecutor, three, or your defense attorney, four, the one that's going to protect you, to be like, listen, I'm going to try and protect you here, but man, you were out of control, and a reasonable person's going to look at that and be like, yeah, he probably needed to go. This guy was a jerk. So that's why you always see me back down, or you see me and get to the point where I am just passively saying, all right, you win, you win, and then we take care of it afterwards. And by taking care of it, we'll file complaints, get policy changed, and that's simple as that. And Rogue's like that too. He doesn't want to get arrested, so I imagine this one came quick and fast, and Rogue was, I'm going to say, probably not expecting it, or he dug his heels in. I doubt that he dug his heels in, because, and that's it. So his charge was trespassing and obstruction. And then in Florida, we did a video about this here as well. In Florida, in order to be trespassing somewhere or someplace, there's a couple different elements that need to be met. You were notified, or it was posted that you were actually on the property, and that it was a clear and proper sign. Again, I'm not a law enforcement, I'm not an attorney, but I did do law enforcement, and I read and understood the statutes. In order to have those elements completed, you have to have those on there. It has to be posted so many feet apart, with so much signage that is properly marked, with so many inches and so many spaces. It's literally in the statute that it has to be properly marked. And then once that's there, if it's worn like that, now a no trespassing warning on public property, which we see a lot, I, again, am not an attorney, but I don't believe that's valid, because then they can't use that, because it's public property. It's an oxymoron. It doesn't say that you can be trespassed from property, but you'll see them a lot in public properties where there's no trespassing sign, and then you can physically go there without just bypassing that, and it's allowed for you to bypass that sign. So that's my understanding. They can't be taking that and using that to you when they want you to leave. It doesn't work like that. So with the no trespassing, if someone tells you to leave, and he tells you to leave a public property, my bet is either Rogue was delayed in leaving, he wasn't going to leave. Man, this light is all messed up. Let me see if I can tone it down. He wasn't going to leave, or he, like I said, dug his heels in and says, no, I'm not leaving property here, or he just didn't leave quickly enough. And again, it's all alleged, like he's saying it there. No, Rhino, he's going to be handing out papers in a couple of days here, not now. So, and that's pretty much it. So that trespass there, that's all it takes. Now, if someone tells you that you're trespassed from a private property, not public, private, then once you tell them that, you should be leaving. You should be like, listen, all right, I'm out of here. I get what you're saying, and then back it down. Now, if they don't do that, if they say, I want to ask you to leave, and then they call the police, and then the police get there, the police, now there's no felony here on Rogue, but there is on the other one that's up north there, Freedom to Film. But when the police arrive, and then they all of a sudden are saying, hey, you need to leave, you're getting trespassed here, I need some ID. In Florida, specifically in my area, my jurisdiction, the police have no right to ask you for ID because there is no crime at that point. In order to provide ID under 901, 151 Florida statutes, now this is different from Alabama, and Alabama has some similar statutes. Georgia has some similar ones, but you have to commit a crime in order to be ID. In Georgia, the way you can get identified is the officer can justify that you're loitering and prowling. I think that's it. And but I think they have clearly adopted if you've committed a crime or about to commit a crime. But in either one of those states, it should be at as I read it or I remember it, if you've committed a crime and you're being arrested, or they can justify the loitering and prowling. Hey Nancy, how's it going? Amanda's here sharing that there. So yeah, Rogue Nation has a PayPal. His bond's going to be about $1,300. He's probably at this point in time at the county jail getting all that stuff, fingerprints done, and about to be bonded out. And that's where it gets expensive. And some of these times you don't get your money back in some of these smaller towns. So today he was arrested for it. So the next step he's going to have to do is find an attorney, which great news. We all found one, as you heard Rights Crispy was talking over there. He was talking about how someone appreciates the videos that we're doing, and it's part of a necessity to get, be a betterment of society, to make sure people are not violating rights. And the whole point and premise of us doing this, if they're going to violate our rights having a camera in it, what are they going to do to someone without a camera and for other charges? Now, I'm not saying all police are bad, and you know that I don't say that. But what are they going to do? What will someone do if they don't have a camera on them and it's not one of us that are standing up for the rights? Yeah, Alabama ID statute. Now, this is Georgia. He was arrested. And I was talking about Alabama because someone mentioned he was going to be handing out papers. So that's the case there, guys. We got Rogue Nation arrested. He's got a bond, 2 charges. It sounds like obstruction and trespassing. He didn't resist and wasn't disorderly. Yeah, I mean, he doesn't do that. That's not him. I've been on numerous video filmings with him, if you will, out and about, all over the state, into Georgia, into Alabama. I mean, they were unaware of an arrest, Deborah. Yeah, I don't know where it was. We're trying to figure that out. We think it's the sheriff's office, but the DMV is within what's the name of that place there? The DMV is within I guess either the city or the county of Dallas, where that is, Dallas, Georgia, and there's a larger county there, so they may not know what the arrest is for, but who knows? I mean, that's how this stuff goes. It's a nightmare when it comes down to large agencies. You can really get lost in the system there. So, Captain is the Clint Eastwood of auditors. I think he's the Chuck Norris too. I mean, you got to think of it like that. Clint Eastwood, Chuck. I mean, he's just quiet, calm, and gets out there. He rarely gets aggravated. I don't get aggravated either. You don't need to. Yeah, it could be a local PD and not sheriff. I called all of them. The only one that was telling me that they couldn't give me information that there was an active call was the Paulding County Sheriff's Office. They said that, oh, we can't give that out because it could be a liability issue. And I get where they're coming from about officer safety, but once again, I've debunked officer safety so many times. It's like I can walk behind any car. It's such a silly thing that they use that for. I get it. They need to be safe, yes, but telling me if there's police when we're trying to locate our friend, if there's an active call right there, is not officer safety. And Peanut says that Miss Rogue Nation was able to get a bondsman. That's great. James Wallace says, when you know you're right, no need to get aggravated. Also, every right to get mad when you commit treason and felonies against you. Yeah, but getting mad doesn't do anything. Like, I posted a video about some sheriffs on a home invasion robbery right there, and yeah, $1,300 bond. All right, awesome. That's better than the other one. So if that video I posted about the sheriff's office screaming and at the top of their lungs, when you lose control like that, you become You have an adrenaline dump, and you might even forget some of the stuff that you're saying and some of the stuff that you do. If you continue to maintain cool, calm, and collective, getting mad is not going to do anything for you on the scene because roadside court never works. Mrs. Awesome. Don't make friends. Well, you don't expect to get arrested, and you can't. I mean, there's 40,000 bail bondsmen in Florida. What am I going to do? Go reach out and call them all and be like, hey, this is what I do. Can I talk to you about what I do? They don't give a crap. Their whole goal is to make money, get money, and that's it. All right, Lady Di, thank you for doing that. Wrong button on your shirt? No, that's the right button. It is the right button. I'll tell you why. Because, it's there. This thing's tweaking it all up. Thank you. Is it better open? You like it open with my chest hairs? Anyway. Guys are weird. It just popped. Maybe it was the wrong one. I don't know. Yeah, it is, because I got it popped on here. Leave me alone about my shirt. We're talking about Rogue. Quit picking me apart. So, loitering is if you're not there with a purpose. Anybody's there with a purpose. Loitering is, I'm about to break into this building. I'm there for a purpose, but it's not lawful. But yeah, I get what you're saying. You're too sexy for that shirt. Thanks, man. Or, well, man, whatever. First time I ever heard you guys crack me up, someone worried about a button. I think it was the wrong one, because this one's all broken down here. Unless it's in my shirt. I don't feel it. I thought it was because of my mic. Here, is this better? There, can't tell now. Anyway, so what we need to do from here on out when we do this here is just make sure we're careful. Make sure we're not going to get ourselves arrested. Because if you do get arrested, it just costs money. I didn't get arrested, and it's costing me money. So that's how it goes. You never want to get arrested. You never want to try and get charged. You can always work things out better, expose the people. And then when they see 10 videos of Officer Fisher, I think his name is, out there in Alabama, seeing, I don't even have my mic plugged in. It was just because I'm charging. But if you see Officer Fisher in like 10 videos, then the department's going to take notice of it. It's just like anything else. If you go to like Publix that's over here on my right hand side, and I complain about one person, hey, yeah, I'll talk to him. And then a third one complains about him. Am I on my way to Rogue? No. And then a fourth one complains about him. The managers are going to take notice of it right here. I mean, ultimately, I'm a Karen. I need to see your manager. No, because sometimes supervisors are a little bit more level-headed. That's why we ask for those. I don't know about block chat people, so I don't. Yeah, you got to. All right, so Peanut's putting it out there again. We're going to talk about it real quick. It looks like there's about 60 more people in here. Rogue Nation got arrested in Paulding County, somewhere in that area. More than likely, Dallas, the city of Dallas, at the Department of Motor Vehicles for trespass, for obstruction. Those are the two charges that we know about. And AccuAmerica Amanda is posting activismnewsnetwork.com. That's part that I'm in. We have some videos on Roku, and some of the subscribers are going over there. It's freer than that. And then Sukamarana Frang, I know I butchered it. $2 there, super chat. I dropped 50 over to Rogue. We'll put some more over to him if we need to there. Freedom of Film got arrested. Yes, he did. I think heard a felony. Same thing. Bad attitude brings on bad attitude. You get what you give. Not always, Deborah. Sometimes out of nowhere, it comes from nowhere. Deputy Schmidt, Nassau County. I go and troll their Facebook page. Every time they post something, I'm like, never forget Deputy Schmidt. And he was off the hook. He was. What can I use as an idiom for that? Well, he was explosive, but that guy didn't have enough brains. If his brains were dynamite, he couldn't blow the cap off his head. He was out the gate, just boom, without anything going on, without anything, ready to fight me. News Now Preston Nashville. There he is. I got to go out with him last week in Nashville. I hope you got some subs over there. He just subscribed. I hope you guys had some fun. Thanks for coming out with me there. I'm sorry we didn't get to go out more. So. You guys are amazing. That was fun out there going like that. So, all right, I'm gonna answer some questions in here. I'm not gonna stay on too long. I got some stuff to do, but we're gonna stay on here for another bit. Can you legally use your handheld cell phones in a self-driving car? Way the statute reads, yes, because if it's like right now, the car is in a full autonomous mode. I don't have to do anything to put. I'm gonna peek out, but I don't have to do anything to do anything. Now my screen tells me that I need to put my hand on this. I mean, that's the loophole that I'm speaking in. But technically, if you have an full autonomous vehicle, you can use your cell phone. I mean, I can use my cell phone now. You just can't do uh, any text input. That you can't do any text input. That's what the statute reads. Like right now, it's coming to a stop to this stoplight right here on its own. So it's physically fully stopping. Rice Krispy Raid and D Dozer. Thanks for the $1 super chat. Appreciate that. Every little bit helps. I sent over Rogue some today, so you guys are awesome. We're gonna make sure he's got out there. Michael J. What was it? Puglies is a civil rights lawyer in the area. 770. Yeah, that's a Georgia area code. So I know Rogue's got some people he's got going to be working on there. So. And don't forget to check out News Now Nashville, or News Now Preston Nashville. I know I'm skipping one of those words in there. News Now Preston Nashville. There we go. Got it. And 007 there is talking about Colander v. Lawson. It's a U.S. court. See, U.S. Is that Supreme Court? Yeah. Ruled on vague laws that allow police to demand that loiterers provide identification. Ruled unconstitutional. Yeah, that's true. But under loitering and prowling, once you have those elements met, then you got an ID. But just simply being a transient or someone that's homeless sitting on the side of the road does not give grounds for forcing ID. And there's even some court cases about them using the restrooms and in public too, because they have ultimately nowhere else to go. Sorry, I'm watching traffic, make sure I don't get whacked here. Yeah, that is right. That's the guy that took it to the Supreme Court. It is. Got my David results completely shocking. Yeah. How many times there, armed fisherman, did you have your name ran on David? I'm gonna say 250 times. Don't get whacked, James Madison. Odds B squared says, I know, right? Dan WTF, that's right. Smith v. Cumming gives you the ability to record public officials in the official capacity of their duties in time, manner, place restrictions. That's right. Hey, James from California, and also have a Tesla. Do you think I should invest in FSD? I would have said when you got your car in stock, and then I would have said buy it the full self driving when it's cheaper and down. I mean, he says he's going to keep making it go up, but he's going to price these cars out of the market. Right now, it's $10,000 for full self driving. And Otto the Watchdog is here. That guy's relentless too. These guys are all crazy. So yeah, Otto, if you're just joining Rogue Nation, he's out here. I think you've chatted with him. Patrick has as well, since you guys are all over there in the West. Got arrested for trespass and obstruction for filming at, around, or near a DMV. The DMV was in Dallas, Georgia, not Dallas, Texas, but Dallas, Georgia. Ordering my new Tesla. I just got a text from Tesla that says I want to see about ordering my new Tesla. I don't know what they're doing, but I'm not getting a new one. Cops are really going after auditors today, Rogue Nation. But it's Sean. It's I don't. One of the things that I always talk about is with the advent of with internet and everything like that, and the community that you start building. And it's just like, speaking of Teslas, when there's a forum that have the Teslas on there, and everybody's car is falling apart, but mine isn't, and everybody's like, no, it's just isolated incidents. If Ford F-150 had a group like Tesla's did, or if Nissan, whatever, Altima had a group like we do as a community here, then you would be hearing about all those cars. So I don't think I mean, they do target us, but they do not. It's not like a countrywide targeting. It's called POP, pissing off the police. That's what it is. When You do that, they try to find something to get you get you under arrest. I think remitted auditors do a request on himself and through David. Yeah, I mean, of course they do. You need to, but there's not. What are you going to do about it? I don't know if you told me how many they were. Bellmead visit. I'm going to do. Yeah, get some Bellmead up there. That's pretty good. They'll be nice to you. I doubt it, but they might. I don't know if I can't scroll back that far. I don't know if Armed Fisherman said. And they run your name 200 times through databases. Yeah, that's what it is. I mean, what are you going to do? And as Rights Crispy just talked about just a minute ago, if the police would do the research for real criminals, and if you guys are watching, police, because I know you are, some of you guys are out there, some of the police officers, maybe in my old department right there, and were not worried about me filming you and then trying to create some stupid file on me, you're not going to get us on anything except for filming. That's all we do is film. Police, Port Orange Police, Daytona Beach Police, South Daytona, Ormond, Holly Hill. That's all we do is film. Volusia County Sheriff's Office, you guys are good though. They haven't been bad at all. You're not going to get anything on us except for film. What are you going to do? Think you're going to put us out of business for filming? No. Every time you screw up and you do something to get us out there and film like what Rogue Nation's doing, you get more of us out there. You get more of us saying like, why are they doing that? You get more of us saying, I got to get out there and film too. Can't believe it. There's a nurse that works at Halifax Hospital or Advent, one of the two. She messaged me on my Facebook page and she goes, hey, I saw you do these videos. And I was like, oh my gosh, can you read my bio really quick? And she's like, no, it's cool. My husband wants to go with you. So all you local police departments, including the police officers, because I know some of you are in here, especially some of you guys, and I'll start calling out names eventually, but if you're in here watching, the more you push on us, the more of us that push back on you guys. Just let us film and leave us alone. We can tell the story. If someone gets arrested or slammed and, is in there justified, you're going to have to run through the use of force investigation anyway. You want to hear some names, Accurate Amanda? Officer James Fischetti is the one that got me started in this. He created James Madison Odds when he told me I'm under arrest for filming and turn around and put your hands behind your back. I didn't get arrested. I stopped recording. But thanks to Officer Fischetti, James Fischetti, you created James Madison Audits. You really did. And you're going to create more James Madison Audits. You're going to create more Accurate Managers. You're going to create more Rights Krispies. You're going to create more News Now Preston, Nashville. Sorry, it's a lot. I always forget one of those. You're going to create more B squareds. I'm going to read off names in here. You're going to create more and more and more and more and more and more people that want to film and want to say, yeah, defund. They don't really know what defund the police department is. It's just not giving them so much money and taking away more of what they can do, so they don't have the resources to sit there and screw with people that are generally abiding by the laws. And I say generally, but not towards them. We're doing what we do, but then they find something that's like, oh, we're gonna get you under something. So all the local police departments that are watching this, Adventura Police Department with the sergeant down there, you were nice after the fact. And I get where you're coming from because you realize that a lot of people are not like me. And the lieutenant over in DeLand that swears up and down he's for the Constitution, yet escorted people out that didn't want to wear a mask. And I don't want any mask conversations in here. I don't really care. You're not the people that you say you are when you're there. You're like, oh yeah, I'm all for the Constitution. No, you're not. You're going to make more 6 states Arizonas. You're going to make more peanut 411s. That's what you're going to, every time that you do this. Yes, he was arrested. We got it there, Knuckle Duster. You're going to make more Knuckle Dusters. Little brothers with mask icons. All of those people, you're going to, every time that you arrest one of the people that are out there filming, no matter what they're doing, you create the scene. You do. What are my ginger comments? that I can carry my ginger self well. I don't look like my face is on fire. I mean, it does look like it's on fire, but I'm ranting right now. $1,300 bail eyes on the state, and he's probably getting out there. Is that a Tidy Bear shirt? Tidy Bear on your seatbelts? I don't know what you're talking about now. Hire mental health workers. Bail posted. All right. Sounds like he's out, or he is. I don't know if that little brother's got that there. Chat's going by too fast right there. It's hard to read. Nashville's got to get some auditors come over here and police scatter like roaches. Yeah. When I went to Nashville, I went to Madison, Nashville. I'm sorry, Madison, Tennessee. It's like a little suburb outside of Nashville. Guys, I'm gonna just talk to him real quick. One of them tried to hit me. He almost hit me. The other one almost hit a car, and they ran. Not ran. They drove off, and they went to another spot. I walked up there and was quietly watching him again. I was gonna ask him a question about his tag light. He finally told me. It gave me his name and all that, which is cool. It's good. That's all you have to do. And then he scattered like roaches. Gonna make me spend too much on flashlights. Don't get flashlights. Flashlights are good. Let me see. I saw something about Dallas, Georgia. Dallas, Georgia has their own jail. The county jail doesn't have him. Yeah, so it's probably that then. Ninja, want to go see shenanigans? The armed fisherman. Sup, America? Sup, brother? News now. Ninja says, one more time. Police, I'm driving around in your city right now, in Port Orange. Every time that you stick your face in our cameras and every time that you come out and do something to us where you're like just throwing your weight around with an officer safety issue or resisting without violence issue when there was nothing there to begin with, you're just making more of us. That's it. I don't know how to say it. Just making more of us. I mean, there's 347. I guarantee you, if you're from Daytona, let's see, if you're from Volusia County, can you guys put a 1 in chat? I don't know if you are or not, but there's probably not. There's so many people around everywhere with Rights Krispy doing a raid and all that. But if you're in Volusia County, no one's going to dox you or find out where you're at from there like that. So keep showing the bad police decision as long as you give the consent to be governed. Canada here. I mean, there's so many people out around the world here. There's no stop and ID states. I know there's so many people that think there are, but always tip the waiter. See, armed fisherman. He's from Volusia County. He knows. They don't need probable cause. And that's why I go out there and recite probable cause to them. It's been 10 years since I did law enforcement, but probable cause, are you ready for it? A reasonable ground for suspicion, supported by circumstances sufficiently strong to warrant a cautious person that he or she is guilty of the crime which he or she is accused. That's what probable cause is. That's what police have to operate under. James, I think auditors should sue each state attorney general for failure to do his or her job. The scope of work includes instruct law enforcement. But it's not I don't think that it is the attorney general's job to instruct law enforcement, because maybe it is. Maybe the attorney general goes to FDLE and then FDLE goes to the law enforcement. But I've never had an interaction with the attorney general. I didn't think anyone would help and give advice. Take care, everyone. I have to go, but I'll hit the like button. Thank you. Would ever come up anywhere here like in any Northeast Pennsylvania, like Hazleton? It's hard to get a lot of us around. I mean, it takes money to move everybody around, so it's hard. But Rogue and I are working on it. Rights Krispy's working on it, and all that. So Amanda's leaving. We'll ban her later. She can't leave. Civil war in today's age. We'll be fighting the police state. No, I don't think we're going to see a civil war. We're too civilized and too fearful as a society nowadays. But if you take away the food and you take away living from people, yeah, you might have that. And I'm not talking about just taking away rights. I'm talking about taking away living and taking away food. When the people are hungry, they'll do whatever they want. Simple as that. And toilet paper now, apparently. Is everybody's toilet paper missing because of coronavirus again? Got 2 motor officers over there on the other side. They think they're doing traffic because the traffic gets so bad during the holidays. 2 of them. SARS bouncing around here now. Save the humans. Thank you. Bye, everyone. Hit that thumbs up. See you, Amanda. I'll text you in a little bit there. Let me see what this read here. Don't change your name to Amanda Honda. Honda Amanda, CRX Amanda. President number 46, you haven't said where you are, unless I missed it. I'm just driving around right in Port Orange. Pretty much it. I'm just doing a loop before I go home and getting live with you guys and just chatting about what's happened with Rogue. So let's get back on topic with that. If you guys are joining, looks like a few extra more people are here. Rogue Nation was arrested in Dallas, Georgia, not Dallas, Texas, obstructing and trespass. So I think it was trespass, then obstructing. That's how it goes. Drive here to Jacksonville. I'm trying to. You and your Tesla. Snake Piskin, listen, that's what I do. I enjoy it. Go get one. Best. Yes, on autopilot test today. Always. I mean, if I can, always. So, yeah, contempt of cop is pretty much what it is, Bennett. That's really it. It really is. You want one? They're not that bad. Get one. There with having a Tesla, but I'm talking about in people, and I mean some of the viewers too. They're like, "Oh, you don't need any help. You got a Tesla." I was like, "No, it's not even that." I heard a Tesla caught on fire today. SA Rocky TV. I guarantee you, about 3,000 other gas cars caught on fire too. 3,000 gas cars a day catch on fire. So you heard one. Say the humans, James Massage. Stupid question. How long did it take for you to feel safe with driving that car? 40 minutes after the autopilot uh, calibrated, and I turned it on. It was ready to go. Look how big the Port Orange Police Department is. It's over there on the left. I'll go in there. I don't care. Look how large this place is for a government facility where basically you're going to have government going pulling doing its deeds. Look at this place. $1 million building for them to do police work. They shouldn't have a building at all. They should be out in the cars and working and be invisible. To be honest with you, I know they have to do desk work and stuff like that, but stop at Ritter's. I know Ritter's is pretty good, but Port Orange has a lot, and Daytona has it too. But if you look at post office buildings, if you look at the post office buildings, they look like crap. They look like the bare minimum to do the bare minimum job, and that's what I think police do sometimes. And I'm guilty of it too, doing the bare minimum. And we would blow off calls for saying, "Oh, that's civil. We're not going to get involved in it." But guess what? A lot of those calls, I can't do a burnout. There's no burnouts in these cars. It's all full traction control. It's press and go. Um, what and you tell it? What can I tell you about Rogue? He was arrested, trespass, obstruction, Dallas, Florida. Dallas, Georgia. I'm in Florida. Yeah, the car doesn't do burnouts. Here, ready? That's it. That's it. No burnout. Rides Crispy Raid. Here it is. Thanks for that there, man. We're just finishing up what you finished or started. I'm just waiting in here talking about this, talking about the Tesla, talking about some upcoming stuff that we're going to be doing, what you're doing, Activism News Network, Rice Crispy, insane mode. It's ludicrous mode, but I don't have that. I just have the zip mode. I call it zip. Anyway, yeah, Rights was talking about it right here. I mean, it chirps the tires, but what do you need to do a burnout for? You can do 0 to 60 in 3.9 seconds, and it doesn't do a burnout. So what does that tell you? You're welcome, Rights. Yeah, we did a lot of the auditors there, a lot of the filmers. Went and did some researching, rights as well, throwing out some places where he might be at, and I was calling them, and they were all BSing me anyway. So that's it. 328 in chat, 321 out. Yeah, I know. It's not on prepping mode. Now I gotta button my shirt up to get in that mode here. Hang on. Where's my shit? One button, two buttons. Knuckle duster. I mean, even if you have backup, it don't matter. I mean, it is always good to have someone else there with you, or to at least tell someone, hey, I'm going here next. And if you don't hear from me within a couple minutes, text me and I'll text back. Yeah, you got to have some communication. Deck shoes. Yeah, deck shoes and a light pink one here, and a dad that's an attorney that'll sue you. What happens when 88 miles an hour with a flux capacitor? It's actually 121 miles. Once the car gets 121 miles, the screen and the phone will go to, well, not this phone, but the screen, but the phone will go to the 121 gigawatts and show you the what is that car called? It's the Model X with a flux capacitor in it. Let's look at these guys on the side of the road up here. I think they're just doing traffic, but not. I was okay at traffic. I wasn't the best because you start screwing things up and you're trying to get all this traffic going. But I mean, as soon as they come in here and start doing doing a little magic wand here and changing traffic, I don't even think they're doing that. They're over there on the left-hand side. It generally screws up everything. It's just a lot of traffic. It's a lot of holiday traffic. Have you ever any problems with the car? No. Or should I just scroll back to the start and live stream? I don't know. Kildy, what do you got? What's your question? What's your question? Stupid question. Road arrested literally while we're talking. He was arrested about an hour and a half ago, I'd say, in Georgia. Cop bikes to the left. Cop bikes are right over there. The other one went off somewhere. Oh, he's making a U-turn. The one on the right, the broader shoulder guy that's pulling up right now, I worked with his dad. Motorcycle cops left. I don't know what they're doing. They're probably just sitting over here. I don't know. Maybe looking for red light people, but the guy on the left has his helmet off. He ain't doing anything. They're both going to have it off here in a second. I don't know if they're working on the bot. I'm not going to interview them right now. I got no time for that. I got to get to those. Whose property are they on? Right there. They are on. I was watching him see if he's going after that Mustang. The property they're on right now is public because this road has, I think, from the edge of the roadway has like a 15 to 25 foot right of way. It's wherever those tree lines are. Do cops treat you a little different when you mention you're a policeman? No. Some of them, in fact, the people that I worked with, they used to work with, they like to run their mouth about it and say that, oh, I like to harass police. So they don't do anything like that. But some do, and then afterwards, on or off camera, we'll talk about it and they'll get my perspective of why I do it. And matter of fact, speaking of some things coming up, Rogue Nation and I have a training class or we're going to be speaking at a police department here locally. Yes, really. All right, we're going to go around this turn and see if they come after me. Blinkers on and floor it. There we go. See if they come after me. I don't know if you heard the whining of the motors just squealing. I let the car do that. That's the safety system. It beeps and then it'll slam on the brakes there. Nope, no one coming after me. The car's so quiet it doesn't make any noise, so it's just like. Well, we had 314 of you lovely people in here, and I'll let you guys look at my face one last time. Man, it's on fire. Get out there and film. If you haven't, We took 3 cherries and popped them in Tennessee with News Now, Preston, Nashville, and his friends that were out there. One was open carrying while we were doing an audit, and then we went and audited a Walmart. I'm still not sure about it, but they audited a Walmart, and I filmed them auditing a Walmart, and they were doing it because Walmart receives government money through DHS, I guess, for the See Something, Say Something, and they get about $900,000 per year per Walmart. That's something that I think that the Google search returned. But anyway, they audited Walmart. I went with them, and I was more nervous doing that than I was doing the police one. So then we went to a small police department in around Nashville there and filmed on it. And the homie was open carrying, and I forgot that he was open carrying. He was just chilling open carrying, but he wasn't filming. He was just watching. Marty Call, thank you for that. Some days, today's I'm very red from the light here. How long have you had the car? 1 year? I think about a year. Year in June. Yeah, it was June or May or June. I don't know. Yeah, loud blinker. The blinker speakers are up in the front. It doesn't come from a relay down there. Your scar looks better? Yeah, it does. Let me see if I can show it to you. There it is. You're really red. No, I'm not that red. It's just the light coming in here because it's so diffused. Get out of here. Yeah, Berry Hill, Tennessee. There it is. When that corporal came out there. Thanks, boo. Appreciate it there. Don't tell him stuff like that. Listen, and I said thank you. I didn't say like I know. I said thank you, and I don't know that, but hey, it's you. Nice to be in your chat. Thanks, man or woman. I need shown ropes in where's it? Kansas. Get on there and film, and if stay on sidewalks in public areas, and if they tell you to leave, then leave and film it and post it up and learn and work it into it. I mean, I hate to say that, but you can back down. I don't. No one's gonna hold you. Well, all the chat's gonna hold you. Fault. You should have got arrested. Nah, it's good. He's a ginger. They tend to be red. All right, you guys ready? I'm gonna start from 10. Countdown in chat. 10 to 0, and then I'm gonna leave. When we get to 0, I'll leave. Thank you guys for hanging out here. I'm gonna block you again. Yep, there we go.